Hi, my name is Tess Owen, and I am a trail runner and Trail Sisters co-leader from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Now, right now, and for the last couple of weeks, we've been dealing with very, very cold temperatures outside, sometimes with the wind chill up to about minus 40, which, by the way, is the same in Celsius as it is in Fahrenheit. So people have been wondering, how do you even possibly even think about going out to run in these kinds of conditions? Well, a lot of people choose not to. If you are one of the crazy people like me, this is how you would do it. Okay? First of all, you have to start with yourself and your willingness to get outside. Commitment to the outdoors is essential, because if you're not committed, you're not going anywhere. And sometimes I mean committed in both the metaphorical and realistic sense. Secondly, you need to be layering. Now, we talk about layering a lot when we trail run, but we have to add a few extra different kinds of layers that you might not do in more reasonably cold conditions. So first off, I'm going to show you, this is my non-trail running outfit, and I'm going to show you what I would first start up as a base layer. So first of all, introduce my fun sports bra and my long sleeve shirt and my Earth Groove running tights. By the way, these are thermal tights. They're actually made with recycled Coke bottles. It's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm gonna get these guys on. Give me a second. All right, I am changed in my base layer. Okay, these thermal pants are made by a local designer in Edmonton. If you want, her name is Jill Boychuk, and the brand is called Earth Groove. And really, you can choose whatever long sleeve shirt that you feel most comfortable in. That's kind of like an athletically fabric shirt. This is from Mountain Equipment Co-op. And then make sure to find nice, thick, woolly, fuzzy socks. Now, remember, I'm talking about how to run in really, really, really cold temps. I know depending on where you live, like minus 5 degrees Celsius can be considered cold, just freezing point can be considered cold, but I'm talking here about minus 30 to minus 40 degrees Celsius. So really, really freaking cold. Your eyelashes and face are going to be very white colored by the time you're done. And I mean actual white. There's going to be snow buildup very quickly. So I've got my base layer on. I'm not done. This is about my freezing point weather running outfit. So now I'm going to put on my next ones. Now you can choose your layers. My personal preference is this Down For It All running jacket by Lululemon. It's one I can throw in the dryer because it's made with real down, and it's got these like zipper vents and stuff. You can choose whatever brand you feel like, but this is my personal preference. And some of the jackets that some people wear are a little bit thinner, so they might opt for a thicker undercoat. I just go with whatever thinner long sleeve that I can, and then I throw this one over top. So I'm going to put this on here. And no, I am not done yet, because my butt has had a touch of frostnip over the last couple of years from doing this. And as a result, it's quite sensitive to the cold. Once your skin gets a little bit of frostbite or frostnip, it does become more sensitive. So you have to be prepared. Some people put on a running skirt at this time, but it's actually, to me, running skirts for like the minus 20 degrees Celsius. Right now, I'm throwing on a pair of Running Room branded second pant day pants. They're a little bit, they've got like a wind resistant part in the front, almost 2 layers in the front. It's got a zip up in the side. They run about $100 at the Running Room, and I throw that on top of the pants. So when it gets to like minus 25 and colder, I call them 2 pants days, because I'm literally wearing 2 pants when I run. And yes, it is a little more of a struggle to get out and actually move physically with the constriction of 2 pants. But I feel like that's just, extra strength training, right? And yeah, sure, you're moving maybe a little bit slower because of the extra constriction, but your heart rate's going higher, so you're getting the job done anyways. And let's not forget, we don't need just a buff over our face or over our head. I find that like thin, like especially race swag type buffs, they constrict over the face too much, and then if you lower them a bit, it's really hard to breathe through, and then they freeze in this really uncomfortable spot, and it's hard to uncrunch them and get them over. So full-on balaclava. This is a North Face balaclava, and you got to put that on. It will cover all the bits, because any part that's exposed is going to freeze really quickly, and you could get some frostbite. So you really have to have something that's going to be able to pull down, pull up, because sometimes you do have those patches where it's not as friggin' freezing. But really, something that's loose in front of your face, like a balaclava like this, or ones that have like breathing apparatuses or something like that. Don't forget the fuzzy mittens. This, some people put a toque over top of this. I have this instead. And last but not least, and I'm talking about definitely not least, your best friend on these, you gotta put the Vaseline on any parts that might possibly get exposed. It will just be that last bit of defense against frostbite. Some people lather them all over their hands as well. I know my hands get really dry and start to crack at the tips in this weather. So you really just gotta slather it on like that. Get it really good and deep there. Yeah. And over the mouth too. Like, just be liberal, right? And then you can close it up, mitts, and don't forget your running shoes. You are ready to head out in -30. It's gonna feel really cold when you start. It will probably continue to feel cold, but you might actually start to sweat a bit. Don't think about lowering things. If you gotta, just lower this, because really, depending on how far you're going, if you start letting things breathe out at that point, you're going to start getting colder later on, and you will regret it. So just keep it buckled in, keep the sweat going, and just feel good about the fact that you're sweating in -40 degrees with the wind chill. Also, don't, if you're going on like a bridge or something like that and there's wind going, like with your mitts, block that wind, because eyeballs do freeze. This is a true fact, and you do get, even the Vaseline on your face won't protect you against that wind burn, which does turn into frostbite very quickly. So block that wind, make your runs a little bit shorter, make them a little bit slower, get out, enjoy.